It's March 21st, 2013. Here we are in the second game of Week 6 of the inaugural season of the North American League of Legends Championship Series. Team Solo Mid versus Complexity Gaming. Spoiler alert, Friendship is about to die. No, there isn't a player named Friendship in the games, it's the concept of friendship itself. Longtime fans of TSM may notice that there's something off about this roster, particularly in the bottom lane. Notably, longtime AD carry Chaos isn't there. There's some kid named Wildturtle. Behind the scenes at TSM, things have been tense with Chaos, but to the average fan, it seems a little weird to replace him with a rookie on the starting lineup. Chaos was playing decently well. TSM's in third place, right behind the White Hot Curse Gaming and Dignitas. They were good back then, just trust me. On top of all of that, TSM is a team of friends, at least to the public eye. The squad consistently puts out those behind-the-scene game creep videos that say exactly that. So why the hell would they replace one of the guys that made TSM so great?
Darius is in front. Darius taken very low. Loudamon is still yet to use because the Sad Mommy. There it is. He goes out crescendo. Hits the entire Complexity team though. Can they turn it around? Wildturtle at the back just hitting one after the other. There's a double kill for him. Loudamon goes in. That's going to feed him a triple kill. MIA strand. That's going to be a quadra kill. Can he get the pentakill? Brunch you 1-on-1. It's going to be the pentakill for a beautiful play. Wildturtle stepping up. Chaos, you have something to answer right now because your replacement is doing a fantastic job.
Oh. With that final shot cutting down Brunch U's Kog'Maw, Wildturtle's spot on TSM was solidified, but in the process, he murdered the very concept of friendship in the NA LCS. Before we get to that, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ding the bell. It's the one that is in the shape of a bell. You knew that though. All right. A single play, literally murdering an entire scene's friendship sounds hyperbolic, doesn't it? But it's actually kind of true. To understand why, though, we need to understand the world of League of Legends esports at that time. Before 2013, LoL esports was kind of wild, like the Wild Wild West. For every tournament that reached the high marks of an IPL 5, we'll get to that doozy of a tournament in another video, there were dozens and dozens of amateur tournaments. Most teams were at that time cobbled together by high-level players, and more often than not, filled by people that just knew each other from solo queue. As such, most of the teams were just buds who purely by chance were pretty good at the old League of Leyendas. So now I'm gonna take an opportunity, this is great, to talk about my favorite team. The amateur team, a picture of a goose. Now, consider that name for a moment. A picture of a goose. Let it mull over in your brain and roll off the tongue. Just like this. Ah, yeah. Ah, picture of a goose. Ooh. Now, let's take a look at that team's logo. It's pretty good, right? Nice goose. And nice hat, my fellow challenger. So here's the thing. No quote-unquote professional team would ever call themselves a picture of a goose. This was obviously a group of buds. I mean, talented buds, like future superstar buds, like Mancloud, who was a 2013 kill leader, or Voyboy, who is one of the biggest streamers ever, or Balls and Xmithy. Xmithy has won 6 LCS championships. But before all of that, they were buds. So while no other team in League of Legends ever achieved anything near that naming goodness, the friendship model was clearly a major force behind many of the game's top teams at that time. I mean, look at most of the famous duos from the early days of LoL esports. This was the moment in time in which the so-called bot lane duo of Rush Hour, Aphromoo, and Doublelift were cementing themselves as one of the best and most popular in the league. This was the era in which Xmithy's dad started to cement himself as the best bot of, well actually, every team that Xmithy was on, which is a lot because he was on CLG, and then he was on Immortals, and then he was on Team Liquid, and then he was on Immortals, but way less Noah Winston, but still hugged every player that played on that team with Xmithy. This was the era of Dyrus crying because Chaos getting cut from TSM meant he was losing his best bud. But we'll get to that in just a second. This was the beginning of Cloud9, a team sold to the League of Legends fan base as the friendship team. Now, I'm not going to say that they weren't as close as they were on camera as they were off camera, but they sure did lean into some of their quirkier moments when they were on camera. Yeah, I'm talking about all the utterances of nice, and the Chipotle jokes, and that one time that Meteos called Elise's cocoon something that my bosses on this channel won't let me say. So let me bring it back to the whole reason why we started this video. It was the Wildturtle pentakill. The call heard round the world. Thanks, D-Man. Chaos did indeed have something to answer for. Rumor had it at the time, despite their personal friendships, TSM and Chaos weren't actually vibing on a professional level. So when Wildturtle fired that final shot into complexity, the veneer that you could win and succeed purely being buds just was broken. He shattered the illusion that League of Legends teams could be nice and pull out victories. To quote a certain League of Legends caster, this ain't an anime. You want to win? Guess what? You're gonna have to cut your best buds. And that was it. No one was safe anymore. Sure, Cloud9's team of buds did carve through the LCS for a little while, but do you remember what happened to High when he couldn't cut it anymore? It was off to the pasture for him. And by pasture, I mean a highly produced Travis Gafford interview and retirement for pro play. But, you know, that was until he got called back up to the big leagues because his buddy Elimination wasn't good enough to cut it anymore. And now we're here, in an LCS with no friendship whatsoever. Nowadays, it's all about winning at all costs, cutting domestic players for import players so that they have the slot. Hey, Perks, how's that North American cash treating you? I hope NA is great. Please stay for a long time, please. And then, you know, failing to make it out of groups again. But we got this fantastic facility. You want to see it? Yeah. Let me be as clear as possible here. Wildturtle is directly responsible for killing the concept of friendship in the North American scene. But he's a great dude, though. Look at that great smile. Yeah, what a great smile. Yeah, obviously I'm talking about Turtle. But my question is the era of broing down with your homies over? Is Dota 2 the only place where friendship matters to anyone? Because OG might be the only team in modern esports history where friendship still matters? Man, I sure hope not. All I'll say is I really do miss the old days of buddy teams. Do I love watching League of Legends being played at the highest level by teams? Absolutely. But do I also miss the memes that come from homies just hanging out, doing the thing, but also happen to be great at the game that I love? You bet your ass I do. Maybe that'll return someday. But until then, I've got just a picture of a goose ready for it. Thanks so much for watching our video here on Wildturtle killing friendship. If you want to yell at me or, you know, have some ideas on your favorite teams from the old days of League of Legends, Epic Gamer anybody, let us know in the comment section. Also, mind hitting that subscribe button. It really helps us out right now. You won't have to do it later. You only got to do it once. I promise I won't ask you to do it again. If you already did it, then you know I'm not talking to you. We appreciate it. Hey, thanks for watching VENN Esports. Make sure to hit that subscribe button below and explore the other videos. In fact, click on the videos that are on the screen right here. They're right here. Click on them.